Hey guys, and happy Thursday. So for today, I have a pretty awesome DIY. Dollar Tree had these little, I don't know if they were gingerbread houses or not, but these little houses. I got two of them, and then I realized like one of them had the door raised and the other one didn't, and the windows were up on one. I don't know. So what I decided to do was remove the windows from the one that had them raised, and they're stuck on there. And then later on, while I was doing the DIY, I realized that if I use my heat gun, they came off quicker. I broke this one. I was trying to keep it together so that I could reuse it, but that didn't work out for me. So I just went ahead, took both of them off. I left the top one on there just because I figured it'd be cute as like a back window. And then I sanded down the pieces like over where I removed the pieces from. And then I just went ahead, took off the little tags, obviously. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give these a coat of my gingerbread paint that I put together. It's a chalk paint, a DIY chalk paint that I made, and I'm just going to paint the whole thing except for the door frame, the window frame, and the roof. That's going to be white, and I'm just going to, carefully paint around that. And once I give it a whole coat, I looked at it and it still needed another one. Usually this one I only need one coat, but because of all the engraving in there, it took more than one coat. So once I was done painting it, I had to go ahead and paint all the little embellishments. So I picked out a little piece to make the sign for the address, and I was going to use one of the little rectangles from the Dollar Tree, but I ended up finding this cute little design in a bag that I got from Dollar General a long time ago, and I found it on clearance. So I used that one instead because I like the shape of it. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint all the embellishments white, and the window frames I'm going to leave wood, but I'm going to paint the bottom part that's supposed to be like snow. So I'm going to do that now. And for today's DIY, it is a collaboration, and I am collabing with an amazing YouTuber. She's new to YouTube, or newer to YouTube. So let's make sure we go over to Marsha's channel, and I went ahead and I'm going to link her channel in the description box. So please go over there, check out her channel, subscribe, hit the like button on her videos, and let her know that I sent you. And if you're coming over here from her channel, thank you so much for stopping by. I truly, truly appreciate it. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and comment down below. Let me know you're coming over from her channel. So next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give these crates from the Dollar Tree a coat of the paint as well. And I'm only going to paint the sides that are going to be like showing. And so that's going to be one of the long sides, the bottom of it, and that's it. So I'm not going to paint the inside because you're not going to see it. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and give those a couple of coats. And like I said, this is going to take a couple coats to match the house part of it. So once I'm done doing that, then all I end up doing is like painting all the embellishments, painting all the little details. These houses were very, very detailed, like the little etchings in them. It had little light bulbs and a little wreath on the door. I mean, there was so many little details, so it took me a lot of time to do this. So I mean, I'm not going to show you all of that because I'm not kidding. It took me forever. So next, I'm going to get two of these slats that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to use that as the floor, I guess, of the house. And I'm only going to do two. I was going to like take another one and kind of cut it to measure out and everything, but I figured I don't really need a whole solid floor because I'm not really going to put anything like spectacular, anything in there really that's going to fall through. So I also got these two little tree stickers. They're the little wood stickers from Dollar Tree. And I didn't like the glitter, so I'm just going to take some green acrylic paint and just paint over it, kind of dab it on there and cover up all that glitter because like I said, I don't really like it. and then I'm gonna go ahead and start kind of putting everything together. So the let me see. So what I'm gonna do is I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm sorry. I kind of forgot what the next step was. So what I'm doing is I'm taking my little detail paintbrush and I am going to paint all the little pieces inside the door, on that top window. I'm going to paint the inside of it. And like I said, this was so tedious. Here you see it in fast forward. I promise you this took me well over half an hour just to do the painting of this thing and doing the little details and finding another brush because the other one that I had was messed up and it wasn't painting properly. So, yeah, so I mean, this just took a lot of patience, which I generally do not have, but I really wanted to, make this look like I had envisioned. So I went ahead and I took the time and I painted all the little details and just kind of sat there and I was watching YouTube in the background and listening to the kids and talking to my husband and painting. So that's what I was doing. So I painted the inside of the windows with the same gingerbread paint, and then I'm also going to paint the wreath on the door green, and I'm going to paint, there's a little bitty bow above the wreath. I'm going to paint that red. And right now where I'm painting is actually a bow, and while I was painting it, it didn't really dawn on me until I was done, or else I would have painted it red to begin with, and I noticed it way too late. So now what I'm doing is I'm taking red paint and I'm going to paint that little bow above the wreath, and I'm going to take that same red paint and I'm going to paint the bow that is on the wreath. And it took me a couple of coats because obviously I painted it green first, so it wasn't really taking as well. So it did take me a couple of coats there. And once I was done with that, I just made sure that all the white was painted in how I wanted it. And if there was any, bleed through or any parts that needed, extra painting or whatever, I just took care of all of that before I put the box together because I just thought it'd be a lot easier than trying to do it with the thing put together. So yeah, I went ahead and took care of all those little details. And again, this was just very, very tedious. But when I saw these houses, I almost knew instantly what I wanted to do with it. So I'm just taking the time and I'm, putting it together. I made a gingerbread truck for a previous collaboration that I did yesterday, and it came out so cute, and this house is just going to complement it, and it's going to just be so cute for my little display. I'm making a gingerbread display, and I think this is going to work out great. So what I'm doing now is just trying to see like where I want everything to sit and what I'm going to do with everything. Sorry guys, I'm sitting in my car, and so yeah, so you heard my battery, not my battery, my goodness, my seatbelt thing go off because I'm sitting here. Anyway, so now what I'm doing is I am taking the sandpaper and I'm cleaning off any of like the paint that kind of got onto the little wood pieces of the door frame and the window frame, because I am going to leave those that natural wood color. And so I'm just kind of sanding off any pieces that got paint on them. And it cleaned off really well because it's chalk paint. It just kind of, I was able to sand it off really easily. Then once I'm done doing that, I'm going to put the box together and put all the rest of the little embellishments on there, like the windows and the sign. Now initially I used this paint pen that I have, but it was so thick and I just didn't like the way that it looked, and I probably could have just left it. It wasn't really a big deal. But I ended up switching it out. I repainted another piece and I used a red Sharpie and used the Sharpie instead. So here I am. I'm going to glue down all of the pieces, and I found this little gingerbread guy in my stash. I have a bunch of like wood pieces and all kinds of random stuff in boxes. So I just found this little piece and I'm just going to go ahead and paint his face and the little accents that come on the gingerbread men. and little buttons and all that good stuff. And I'm going to glue him onto the house. And he's the perfect size for it. So, it was a good thing that I found him. So here's the new one I wrote with the Sharpie, the little sign. So now I'm gluing all the pieces down. I'm going to start with the window, and then I'm just going to start putting the trees and the gingerbread and the sign all on there. And I'm going to use a little bit of a little bit of wood glue, and then I'm going to put some hot glue on there to keep, to do an instant hold, and the wood glue for a more permanent, longer, long time hold, because I want to keep this for future decorative purposes. And so, yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead, glue all these pieces on there. And I really wish that I hadn't broken that other one, and I was trying to figure out if there was a way that I could fix that other window, or maybe like put something in front of it or cover it up, and nothing that I did was working. So I just decided to say forget it and move on move on to the next thing. So I glued on all the little trees, and I just put the tree sticker over the little tree, like the burnout, they etched it into the wood. I just put them like right over that so you couldn't really see those, and it worked out perfectly. They were almost pretty much the same size. So I went ahead and I did that. And I just glued my little gingerbread man guy. And you can see what I'm doing. It's not like I have to give you a play-by-play, but I kind of feel like I have to talk through the whole thing. So, so yeah. So anyway, once I glue all these pieces on there, then I go ahead and start putting the house together. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing, use a little bit of wood glue, some hot glue, and I'm going to glue the two crates to the side of the house like you see here. And it's going to make like a little box, or I don't know, a little storage container. And I put the painted side up so that if you're looking at it from like on top, you can see the painted side. I didn't paint the inside, like I said. I didn't think it was necessary. If you want to, obviously you can paint it, no big deal. But I just didn't feel it was necessary. And so then once I was done putting it on the one side, I put the two slats on the inside, and I did hot glue them down so that, they weren't moving around. And I messed up. I got some hot glue on the top of the little crate right there. It almost stuck together. I don't know. I guess I wasn't paying attention, but whatever. So then I'm just going to do the same thing, wood glue, hot glue, and I'm going to glue the other side of the house onto the back of the crates. And I'm doing it so that the window, how am I going to explain this? The window is on the outside, and then that way, or did I take the window out? I think I ended up taking the window out so that there weren't any windows on the back. I can't remember, but you'll see here in a minute. And then I'm going to put the snow, and I'm going to take the snow, and I'm just going to glue it to, oh yeah, so I took the window off. Oh yeah, it's sitting right there in front of above the house. So then I'm going to take the snow cap for the roof, and I'm going to glue that on there. And I think right now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to touch up that left side right there where the crate is kind of showing. I'm just going to paint that real quick, cover that up so you can't tell. And then I'm going to glue the little, the snow cap of the roof onto the top there. And that is pretty much it. Everything else. Oh, that's not it, guys. I'm sorry. I thought I was done. I'm not done yet. Once I glue that on there, I turn the house around, and I decide to paint where the little light bulbs were at in the front. And I just went through and colored, put whatever colors I thought, I know the lights are usually red, yellow, blue, green. So I just went through and put the lights, I colored the little light bulbs in those colors. And, it looks so cute. It's adorable. And you can put whatever you want in there. I didn't put anything in here yet because I want to put a little tree in here. But I haven't found one that I like yet. I may just go to the Dollar Tree and get a couple of those, somehow attach them together, make it a little bit fuller and use that one. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. But right now is when I'm like, oh, there's something missing. So I decided to go ahead and paint the little light bulbs because I just thought it'd be cute. So I take my little, and I was going to use a brush, and then I decided that my markers would work just fine. And so I went ahead and I went through and I did, all my little light bulbs. And you'll see here, I think it looks cute. It came out perfect, I think. Now, if you comment down below, let me know what you think. I would appreciate it, and be sure to like and subscribe and do all that good stuff. And guys, be sure to check out Marsha's channel. Like I said, it's linked in the description box down below. And be sure to go support her. Hit, let her know that I sent you, and give her a nice thumbs up on her video. And guys, look how cute this is. Isn't it adorable? And the colors really popped on that chalk paint. It didn't soak it up like the wood was doing. And so all the colors were nice and vibrant and really, really cute. And I love it. And I feel like I'm babbling right now just because I don't know what else to say. Other than, guys, I have some collaborations coming up. I've got some good videos coming up. On Saturday, it's Salvage Saturday. Be sure to come back and check that out. I know everybody's going to have some really, really good DIYs. So be sure and check that out. I also have a collab coming up on the 30th with some amazing ladies. So be sure to come back and check that out. You don't want to miss that one because I know there's going to be some really, really good DIYs. And it's a fun one, so I can't wait for that one. And then we've got the holidays coming up, and it's just going to be a nice full end of the month. Oh, I forgot about this part. So I did take some of that caulk from the Dollar Tree and decided that it needed a little bit more, embellishment here. So I just put it along the bottom of it. I didn't do the windows. I didn't do the roof because they were already painted. So I just went ahead and took it and put it along the bottom. And I think it came out perfect. So guys, I'm done babbling. I'm not going to keep rambling on. Again, thank you so much for watching. Go check out Marsha's channel. And until the next time, guys, be blessed and be the reason someone smiles. Bye, guys.